In this video, I'm going to be talking about the difference in stacking 90% American silver dollars versus 3 nines and 4 nines 1 ounce silver bullion coins. So please stay tuned.
Stacking Cat.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Stacking Kat channel, where I talk all things silver with a little bit of gold, and thank you all for watching. If you could please subscribe, smash that like button, and share this video, that would be awesome. Alright, so as you can see, I have laid out in front of me a bunch of Peace dollars, Morgan dollars, American Silver Eagles, and Canadian Silver Maple Leaves. And the title of this video, if you already saw in the pre-intro, is the differences in stacking 90% American silver dollars versus modern 3 nines and 4 nines fine silver bullion coins. And for the context of this video, I am using government-backed silver bullion and not generic rounds. So I've chosen the American Silver Eagles and the Canadian Silver Maple Leaves just because of the desirability and the reputableness of both of those. All right, so I'm going to start out with the 90%, and we'll start out with the Peace dollar. And this and the Morgan, not too much difference in their stackability. Now, as you can see, there's still a lot of good detail on this coin, in her hair and on the crown, and in the wording, and the date, and all that. And on the back, the eagle and the sun rays. You know, you still see a good amount of detail, which is very important when you are stacking these coins. Let's get the Morgan up here, and I'll kind of show you guys the same thing. You would still make out the word Liberty in her crown with good detail on the hair. The E pluribus unum and the 1898 still show up really well as the metal around the rim. And the tail feathers still look really good. And these are just all coal or circulated 90% silver dollars. And they're generally found in the same bin. Now, these aren't AU, BU, or any numismatic slabbed graded coins or anything like that. For the purposes of stacking silver, you want to keep your dollar cost average as low as possible. And probably the most important thing to stacking silver is keeping that dollar cost average low. Just because if it comes down to it, you know, even if you spend 25 cents over per ounce in the long run, let's say you get up to 1,000 ounces, 2,000 ounces, now you're talking hundreds of dollars possibly lost. So keep that dollar cost average low. And when you're hunting through the bins for these specific coins, here I'll show you kind of the difference in the Morgans. Here's more of a coal or slicked out Morgan. You'll probably be paying the same price for this one as the one that I previously showed you. Although a lot of silver has been worn away, maybe not too much with this one. There's some other examples where that is the case, which are definitely considered coal condition. And that could add up as well. I mean, let's say you stack 100 of these or so. Eventually, that could get whittled down. You could end up losing 2 or 3 ounces just in silver loss. And that's not an exaggeration. That's not hyperbole. That's the truth. So, you know, silver, these things were circulated. They're in people's pockets. They were going in and out of cash registers, whatever it may be. And silver was rubbed off on them. So always pay attention to that silver content. You could usually find, you know, like this one, maybe this one right here, could be like a VG, very good grade. Still has really good detail on it. Even if they're cleaned and they still are maintaining that silver, that's the most important thing. Now, remember, these only weigh 0.7734 ounces, which means you are not getting a full ounce when you buy these. Always take that into consideration. You don't want to lose any silver weight. Now with the 3 nines, I'll use the American Silver Eagle, which is the most recognizable 1 ounce silver bullion coin in the world, of course, backed up by the United States government. And conditions, not necessarily a factor with these, although a small little milk spot up top. You're not going to be losing really any silver weight with it. That's always going to be, let's get that focus, that's always going to be there. So that's 3 nines fine. Highly desirable and liquid, as is this maple leaf here, which is 4.9's fine. You can see there in the field. Now, the older maples are known to milk spot, so check that out whenever you go back to sell or when you're purchasing. Maybe you could get a better deal if they are all spotted up. That really shouldn't come into too much of an issue when you're stacking just for weight. And I suggest just getting whatever you can for the cheapest price possible. However, I like them to look good. That's just my preference. They're generally going to cost the same price too. You're really not going to get that big of a difference right there. So it kind of comes down to which one is better to stack. All four of them, of these coins, are highly desirable. They are very liquid no matter where you go across the globe. You'll be able to find these, buy and sell them. It should not be an issue, particularly here in North America. If you're in the US or Canada, you could find these coins anywhere. Really the bullion coins probably more than the 90%. However, the 90%, everybody is looking for them. They're really sought after. So that should never really come into being a factor, is finding those and getting rid of them. If you need to sell some for whatever reason it may be, that should not really be a consideration. Now, one big consideration is we are in September of 2020. Of course, 6-7 months ago, late February, early March, we saw what happened across the globe. We've all experienced it. And as pertaining to this video with the silver and gold issue, we saw premiums really go high. You were paying for a while, you'd be getting a American Silver Eagle here for $3 over spot. The maple, maybe 2 to 3 over spot. Paying really low, like if it's $17 spot price, you're paying maybe 18 to 20 for these Morgans and Peace dollars. However, that's just not the case any longer. Spot price has gone up, and it's really affected me personally, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, and how you go about stacking silver. I used to go all in on American Silver Eagles. And so when it came to stacking, the premiums really did start to play into my calculus on what I was going to purchase because of that dollar cost average. Eagles were going, you could find them maybe for $5 over now, but that's if you're buying a monster box or more. Unless you're a dealer or you just have a lot of cash to spend on silver, most of us aren't in that position. If you're buying 1 to 20 of them, you're still paying 6 to 8 over. The maples have dropped a little bit. The maples now are going for maybe $4 to $6 over spot, depending on quantity. So that's really helped. And for that reason, I'm probably stacking maples harder than I was stacking the Eagles. Never thought it would come to that. I've always been a big proponent of both, but Eagles were really my number one goal. And I've always been stacking, though, this 90% as well. These silver dollars have always been in my portfolio, something that I really appreciate stacking. And the price of these have gone up as well with the premium. Spot price is currently sitting around $27. And remember, if you go to buy one of these and it's like 27 or 28, you're not only spending $1 over spot, or you're not getting them for spot. Because of that weight, they only weigh, like I said earlier, the 0.7734. You're still paying $3 to $5, maybe $6 over spot. So what would I rather stack now? At this particular point in time, I am moving more towards the 90% American silver dollars, and a lot of it has to do with that premium. I don't want to harp on that too much, and I know that could be seen as kind of nitpicking, but I don't think it is. Just if you're paying that extra money, it's just not going to come back to you when you go to liquidate eventually. Unless this is just the new normal and premiums are going to stay this high forever. I don't know. I mean, that remains to be seen. However, at this point, I'm finding much better deals at my LCS, wherever it may be, wherever you're purchasing them. At least me personally, I am finding much better deals with the Morgan and Peace dollars than I am with the Eagles and the Maples, even more so with the Eagles. So let me know down in the comments, what have you guys been stacking? Are you sticking it out? Are you still going with the Eagles and the Maples regardless of premium? Is that not really a consideration? Are you looking way long term and you're just trying to build as much weight as you can in those specific coin values? Or are you just trying to keep that dollar cost average as low as possible and you're finding the best deals you could and you're going with the Morgan and Peace dollars? I'd be really interested to hear what you guys all have to say about that. When it comes down to finding coins, finding silver, for stacking silver, especially, always search those deals. It is that important to find the best possible deals. Keep that average low, keep your prices low because it's all going to come back to you. You want the highest return on investment that you possibly can get. All right, then, so that's going to wrap things up for this video. And if you'd like to see similar videos about silver with a little bit of gold, then please subscribe and push that notification bell, smash that like button, and leave a comment. And until next time, this is the Stacking Cat.